Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Happy Memorial Day is the day I'm recording this and hopefully putting it up on the on YouTube as well. I've had a great weekend, just spending some quality time with the girlfriend and kind of, absorbing the whole, we have a brand new meta coming up. Sin's gone, Gogeta's gone, Gamma's sadly gone. I love Gamma, but this is for the best. I am upset that Trunks Vegeta did not get hit as well. It is the oldest of the four leaders, and I feel like it should have just got hit with them, but I had a feeling Bandai was not going to 100% do good. They always got to mess up somewhere. But hey, that's not what this video is about. This video is talking about the promos for the Dragon Ball Super card game, and how I feel like we have a problem with promos. I know Phil's talking about another problem Bandai has. Oh boy. But, the reason why I make these type of videos is because I care. I want to see the game do well. I want to see the game thrive, and I want to see people happy to play the game. So, you know what? Talking about all the positives doesn't change anything. You gotta talk with the negatives because you want the negatives to change. But anyway, rant over. Also, if you notice this awesome, cool Charmander Hawaiian shirt, just want to be festive for grilling today. But anyway, so we just got, before I even started making this video, I realized we just got some new promos. So let's go over those and kind of go into a little bit of why I think the game has a promo problem, and I'll explain later. But kind of go over some quick little things here. First and foremost, Raditz pulling ahead. Holy crap, this is a support for the Raditz leader. I know my buddy Derek is going to be ecstatic. I love this. This is the type of promos that I think the game needs, is promos that support older leaders, older archetypes, something that can bring older leaders and archetypes into the forefront. You'll see in a second here, but anyway, card sick. When this card deals damage, your opponent chooses one card from their your opponent chooses one of their battle cards and sends it to their warp, and your opponent sends one card from their hand to their warp. Awesome. If your opponent has 2 or more energy, you can play this card from your hand for 1 green. Sick. For 1 green and 1 colorless. If you have 4 or more energy and you KO this card, choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards, KO it, then play up to one of your red, green, multicolored Vegeta or Nappa cards at 20k power or less from your hand. Probably not going to be as useful, but solid. Bulma, familial support. Sorry, my camera's literally right there in front of it. This is basically more support for the brand new archetype Gohan, which I think this is what I don't agree with. Stop making promos for literally brand new archetypes that haven't even come out yet. Because this should have just been in the set. So, this looks neat. Activate green. If your leader is a Green Sun Gohan Childhood and you discard this card from your hand, choose up to 1 Hyperbolic Time Chamber in your battle area, switch it to rest mode, place 1 Super Saiyan Vegeta, Arrogance, and Super Saiyan Trunks, Mysterious Future Warrior from your hand under the chosen card. So essentially, pay 1, drop the the Trunks and Vegeta underneath your Hyperbolic Time Chamber. Solid as hell. Should have been in the main set. Stop doing this, Bandai. Like, seriously. There's a couple of these in this set that I think that it needed the arc. This did not need, like, Gohan did not need this archetype or this card because Gohan's already fucking awesome. But you'll see in a second some other cards here. Next we got Cell Earthling Absorption. This, once again, is another card for the brand new archetype that has not even released yet. And the card's really good, though. When this card attacks, choose up to one of your opponent's Earthling cards with a cost of 1, or up to one of their Earthling tokens in a combo. If you do, this card gets 10k power until the end of your opponent's turn. If this card's power is 10k or more, 20k or more, and it's your opponent's turn, when your opponent plays a card, you may add this card back to your hand. So essentially, again, bounces out back to hand, so it's safe. Which, when this card attacks, I don't know how it's going to go up to 20k combo power. There's probably some other abilities in the set that I haven't looked at quite yet, but... oh, don't want that. Then finally, activate main. For 1 green, choose it to one of your opponent's Earthling tokens and switch it to rest mode. Play this card from hand for 1. Solid card. And I think Cell definitely needs the help after they've nerfed it into Oblivion with the unnecessary errata. Limiting it to only green Android cards, but Yeah, should have just been in the set. We don't need we don't need promos that are for brand new archetypes being, made. This is an interesting one. Frieza Unexpected Invitation. If your leader's backside is a sharpened power Son Goku. Now, you're probably thinking, what the hell leader is that? Let me show you. It is this one. From the 1-year anniversary box, I believe, back in the day. It's a Warrior of Universe 7 card. So it's the first one that I believe it's one of the first ones that actually had that trait on there. When this card attacks a leader, draw a card, and this card gets 5k power during the duration of the turn, so it becomes a 15k attacker on front side. Awesome. He awakens at 4 life. Choose two of your active energy. Two of your. When your life is at 4 or less, you may choose 2 of your energy, switch into active mode, and flip this card over. So Awakened Side is same thing. Warriors of Universe 7. If I can talk today. When this card attacks, draw 1, and it gets 5k power for the duration of the turn. So it becomes a 20k attacker. When this card is attacked, you may place 2 of your Universe 7 cards from your hand into your drop. If you do, negate the attack and this skill for the turn. So essentially, once per turn, you can drop 2 cards to negate an attack. Pretty interesting, but it's old leader, so this is really cool. This is, once again, the type of stuff I wish they would keep making. Stuff for older archetypes, so you can possibly play older leaders, and older sets, and older archetypes. If your leader's backside is a sharpened power Son Goku, and your opponent has 2 or more energy, when this card is played during this turn, you can activate your leader's awakening, even if your life is at 6 or less. I think that is a typo, and I even commented on it. I think this typo is meant to say if your life is at 6 or more. Because I don't see why you wouldn't. It doesn't make sense. I feel like this is another typo. Anyway, auto, limit 1 for 1 energy if your leader's a Son Goku or Frieza with Warriors of Universe 7. I can't talk today. And you have 3 or more energy. When this card is discarded from your hand by one of your leader's skills, play this card from your drop, and this card gains blocker. So you can essentially drop this card with the Goku's backside leader ability to negate an attack, and then you get to play a 15k blocker, essentially. And on the offensive side, it's a critical attacker. This is a really solid card. I like this a lot. Let's get more of this, Bandai. Okay. Next, we have Pilaf Shu Mai Cunning Trio. Solid as heck card. It's a 1-drop counterattack. You play this card. It doesn't negate the attack, though. When this card... Stop, guys. When this card is played, draw 1. Additionally, if it's your opponent's turn, choose it to up to 1 keyword skill on your opponent's battle card, and that card skill is negated for the turn. So, you literally play it, and then you can get rid of double strike, dual attack, triple strike, quad strike, whatever the case may be. That's awesome. That's really, really good. Activate battle once per turn. Place up to 1 card with a combo cost of 0 from your opponent's combo area at the bottom of their deck. This is actually busted. And unfortunately, this does go into the side of cards that should not be made for promos. Now, hear me out on this. Promos that are genuinely amazing, like this, are going to be ridiculously expensive in the secondhand meta. Secondhand market. People that do not get a chance to have a lot of locals, or if they don't have a local scene, they really don't get access to this card. Maybe if they do a couple online events, if the online event does use these promo packs, which more than likely they should, it's just cards that are this good locked behind promo walls, it leads to people somehow getting whole tournament kits, pretending to be stores, and then selling these at ridiculous prices online. And then it raises the price of these cards so that people will just, try to scalp as many of these cards as possible and sell them for ridiculous prices. And I get it. Tournaments need to have cards that are worth going to. And I agree. 100% agree. But the fact that you can only get these cards from playing in tournaments, and if you don't have an opportunity to play in tournaments, you're essentially, fucked. You can't earn these cards in any reasonable way. You have to pay out the ass for these cards, which is unfortunate. This card I can definitely see being one of the most, if not the best card in this tournament promo set. And I just wish Bandai would give us the opportunity to buy these cards at a reasonable price without having to, spend way more money in the secondhand market than we need to. Son Gohan, Domination Complete. This card is once again for a new archetype, the Blue Baby archetype. It's a 3-drop, 10k with Servant. Activate main, limit 1 for 1 blue energy. If your opponent has 2 or more energy and there is a card under a field extra card in your battle area, play this card from your hand, and this card gains double strike for the turn. So cool. Essentially a 1-drop, 10k double strike that you can then just pump up at when your opponent has 2 energy. So either your turn 3 or their turn 2. So you get your turn 3. Or your turn 2 if you go second, yeah. Card is busted. Once again, should not have been made as a promo. It should have just been in the normal set. Card is insane. Sick. Yeah, this card's gonna help Baby way more. Once again, should have just been in the set. Speaking of which, Oob, preparing for another release. This card absolutely should have been in the set because Oob needed all the help that it could, and yeah, this card is pretty neat for the Oob archetype. For one, it's a 4-drop, 15k. For 1 blue, auto. If you have 4 more energy and your opponent has 4 or more Z energy, so at the very least this card cannot be played until your turn 4, and you place 1 blue Mr. Boo from your drop area under this card. At the end of a battle in which this card attacks, play 1 Oob with an original cost of 6 or 8 and a power of 30k or less from your hand on top of this card in active mode. So it works with the 2 SR Oob cards. Activate main, limit 1 for 1 blue. If your leader is a blue Oob and you have 2 or more energy and you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, play this card from your hand and add the chosen card to your opponent's Z energy. So it helps to ramp up your opponent's Z energy, plus it plays a 15k body for 1. And yeah, it's a good card. Should have been in the set. Because once again, people are going to have to, who really want to make Oob work, are going to need this card, and then they're going to have to hope they pull like a couple copies from their 1 or possibly 2-pack tournament metas, local tournaments, or just pay out the ass for the online promos. Because even though this is specifically an Oob card, it's still going to be expensive on the secondhand market because people are awful like that. So, unfortunate. Kami, a responsibility to fulfill. Play this card. It's a counterplay. Limit 1. Play this card for 3 energy. Reduce your if your opponent's leader has a battle card under it, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2. So it essentially becomes a 1 cost. When this card is played, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, and that card gets minus 15k power for the turn. It's more than likely meant to be with the Gohan, with the Goku, Polku, Shlongku, whatever it is. Decent card, pretty solid. Should have been in the set. Son Gohan, yet unseen hidden power. When this card is played, draw 1. It's a 1 cost, 4k power. Activate main, limit 1. If your leader is a red Son Goku and you switch this card to rest mode, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and that card's blocker can't activate for this turn. Jesus! That's insane. For a 1-drop, choose some, as long as your leader's a red Goku, and there's a plenty of red Gokus, not even just the one in this set. Switch this card to active mode. Choose one of your own opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and so basically gets rid of their one of their cards. Sorry, taps down a card with barrier, and I don't know why you. Obviously, if the card is sorry, choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and that card's blocker can't activate for the turn. Okay, sorry, I read that wrong. Fantastic card. I can see this definitely being another really expensive one in the set. It's not necessarily specifically meant for the red Goku in this format. It can be used for red Gokus in another format, in another deck. So, really good card. SS Caba, student from another universe. If your leader's backside is a Saiyan Bond Vegeta... Saiyan Bond Vegeta. You mean this card? From Tournament of Power. Warriors of Universe 7 trait. Once per turn, when you attack with a Saiyan battle card, if that card is Universe 7 or Universe 6, draw 1. When your left has a 4 or less, you may choose 2 of your energies, switch them to active mode. Saiyan Bond Vegeta's backside. Once per turn, when you attack with a Saiyan battle card, if that card is Universe 7 or Universe 6, draw 1 and choose the attacking card, the chosen card, and this card get 5k power for the turn. Solid. Okay. You know, back in the day, that's pretty neat. Let's see. So basically, it's the same thing that the Frieza was. You can allow your leader to be awakened early if you have 2 or more energy. And once again, I think it is a typo. If it should be 6 or more, not 6 or less. If your leader is a red Universe 7 Vegeta, and this card is in a battle, when this card's power reaches 20k or more by one of your leader's skills, play up to 1 Caba Spirit Resonance from your hand with 2 markers on it. So, this could also work with the other red Vegeta leader. That wasn't this one. It was... Oh. Could also work with this leader, too. Which I really like this leader, too. So that's super cool. Helps you play the Unison on marker. Sorry, helps you play the Caba Unison, which worked with that leader. So that's really cool. More of this, please, Bandai. Stuff that works with older archetypes is so much fun. And then there's the promos. The band stuff. So basically, yeah, those are the promos. I don't know if we're getting any more. If we are, it's whatever. I'll just move forward. But here's what I mean. Bandai, stop making promos for brand new archetypes that just came out. There's no need. If you're going to make those cards, make them like a set or 2 down the line. Do not make them right away. Take those cards, better yet, like I said earlier, take those cards, put them in the set. Cell desperately needs that. Like, Jesus Christ. After you nerfed him into oblivion. He went from one of the most like hyped leaders in this next set to one of the lowest. Super quick. The Raditz, the Frieza. Those more cards like that, please. Give me more of that. Oh yeah, Goku promo. That's super cool too. It's meant to work with the Whis leader, in my opinion, not the new one. This is gonna be super cool. Oh man, I am hyped. I am hyped for it. Overall, those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm gonna go finish cooking, finish getting ready, and then I'm gonna go grill out. So, I hope you guys have a great Memorial Day, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.